Welcome to Love Life After, where we embark on the beautiful journey of love, life, and resilience. I am Christelle, your host and friend on this exploration. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a cherished member of our family, thank you for being here. On this podcast, we'll share personal tales of triumph, heartache, and the incredible transformation that unfold after every challenge. So grab your favorite glass of wine, cup of tea, or coffee and find a cozy spot and let's dive into this magic of love, life, and everything that happens after the obstacle. And remember, your story is our inspiration, and together we'll navigate this journey ahead.
Baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen. Baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen, a black
Welcome
queen.
back to Love Life After. I am Christelle, and today we are going to be diving in. Really, what we're going to do today, and we're just going to go right in because I have a special guest with me, and I'm actually going to let her introduce herself because there's so much that she does, and I think it's best if you hear from her herself before we go right in.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Christelle, for having me today. My name is Keri Bentsen, and I'm known as the Live Your Worth speaker and self worth advocate. I'm on a mission to help people, mostly women, break free from the silent struggle of low self worth because I've been there myself. For years I battled with self doubt, believing I wasn't enough, and I know I'm not alone. So I just want to help spread the word about worthiness.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. So, Carrie, tell me. So, looking through your profile, I was reading a little bit about you. I think we should, talk about this first because I've seen you wrote a book. And just like tell me a little bit about that, how that started, and what led you to wanting to write a book.
Okay. Well, I saw the opportunity. There's actually, three books. Two are like a two-part series
Okay.
together. The joy one is all about finding joy, right? So
Mhm.
I saw the opportunity to participate, and I'm like, a book about joy, I'm
Mhm.
in, because I'm all about, joy and happiness are two different things. You could be happy one day, sad another day, but joy is like kind of more internal, right?
Mhm.
So the Joy 365 is a devotional, and it has 365 authors from around the world, and I'm one of them. So I have one page.
Okay.
So that was my first step into co-authoring a book,
Right.
right?
Was it kind of like an anthology with
Yeah,
every? Yeah.
collaborate. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. And the choose joy is an affirmation guide. So I wrote my own affirmation, as
Mhm.
well as 364 other authors, and
Wow.
on each page underneath the affirmation is a space to journal. Capture your
Mhm.
thoughts and things like that. So kind of nice to have those two books together. And then the latest one was just released a few weeks ago, and that's the complete self care guide
Mhm.
by the Wellness Universe. And it's called 25 Tools for Life because there's 25 authors, another collaboration,
Mhm.
and it's a collection of wellness professionals that offer not only their story, but also a tool that you can implement in your life like right away. And these tools are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through the book and I read one chapter a night, and it's really transformational. I just love it. So my chapter is titled "Becoming Your Own Best Friend: The Path
Mm.
to Self Acceptance." And I felt called to write this chapter because I feel like each of us has a longing to feel worthy, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But the thing is, that can't happen until we accept ourselves.
Right. Right.
That's when the magic happened. And then once that happened, there's kind of like a release that
Mhm.
empowers you to live authentically. And then it's easier to follow your dream, because everything kind of lined up together.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. I love anything that has to do with self-care. I'm a big advocate about, self-care, taking care of yourself. And I love that you guys did a guide about it cuz I've like I know I've been talking about this and people are probably tired of me talking about it cuz I haven't found the motivation in me yet. I guess the guidance to finally published those books. But I think I'm going backward and trying to make sure that everything that I put in those books is a reflection of me.
Right.
So I think I'm on the right path, but I've just been like, I guess I'm in a space now where I'm not scared anymore. My thing was at first like I was kind of scared as to what will people think or how would they feel about what I wrote or things like that. So now that I'm in this space where it don't really matter what anybody think and all that matter is what I think. So I love that for you and I can't wait to grab one of your book and read it and get some motivation from it. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So do you find it easier to collaborate on books than just doing it
For
yourself?
me, yeah, for me it was,
Mhm.
especially because I never did it before. And when
Mhm.
you watch different publishers go through that process, you learn
Mhm.
so much. And they really do a lot of the heavy lifting. You pay a
Mhm.
fee when you're part of a book collaboration,
Yeah.
but they're doing, a lot of the work, the legwork that you don't have to do. And they're experts. So
Right.
they have a process. Anna Pereira, she's the publisher of the Complete Self Care book. That was the fifth book.
Oh wow.
And she's an amazing person. She believes wholeheartedly in healed human. She's just on that mission, so that we can try to reach as many people as we can, and
Mhm.
them internally.
Yeah.
Uh, so holistically.
Right.
So it's
Right.
really very special. She's very passionate about that. So yeah, so I am also working with a third publisher, a different one, on my own
Nice.
book. So this
Right.
one is just me,
Mhm.
and it's called the End the Pity Party Now: 15 Ways
Ooh.
to Leave Your Past and Step into Your Future. So I'm halfway through writing that now. So
Ooh.
my advice to you, Christelle, is when you get those downloads, like, oh, I want to put this in my book, just
Uh-huh.
write it down.
Right. Right.
Don't get it,
Right.
and then when you're ready to put your book together, you'll have
Mhm.
what you need.
I love the title of it, "In the Pity Party Now." I
Yeah,
just love
yeah,
that. A lot of us sometimes we get we're stuck in our own way and we feel sorry for ourselves. But what's the point of doing that when we could experience joy by doing the stuff that we love and want to do, right?
right.
So,
And then you said something just before about fear. Once
mhm.
you stop worrying about what other people are thinking, you feel
Mhm.
free. And that's part of it
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Because when you're having a pity party or you feel
Mhm.
stuck, it's because you're between two worlds.
Right.
Like the what you desire, and
Mhm.
then the fear kind of holds you back. It like wants to grab you and not let you do it.
Right.
So we need to have that strength
Yeah.
to just go for it
Right.
and
And
live your.
I think a lot of that too plays with insecurity, right? Cuz I didn't really think about that as an insecurity of mine, but I was talking to a coach and a therapist about that particular situation and they were saying that a lot of that is because of insecurity. Our fear is our insecurity. And I believe that 100%. But until I was able to get out my own way, I think that's when I really felt like, okay, I'm living my true self now.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it,
that's so
it's
true.
it's amazing. But yeah, okay. So as we go, so what well, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, did you experience any personal transformation along while you writing your book?
I'm constantly experiencing transformation. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like, okay, I'm there. Went through this period and I'm there.
Right.
It's like an ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I find myself like going through different challenges, and I'm like, God, I just went through this other challenge. I haven't I been through enough already? And it's not until I have gone through that challenge and I look back and I say, I get it. I had to
Mm-hmm.
go through that so I can experience the next thing.
Yes.
So,
Do you have an inspiration to start your own podcast? Are you still undecided about starting your podcast? Well, Buzzsprout has the tool to support and to help you along your way. And they also have a community to ensure you keep on podcasting. Buzzsprout have helped over 400,000 podcasters launch their shows since 2009. So we've seen it all. I've been using Buzzsprout since 2017. Buzzsprout has helped us list our episode on so many platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Deezer, Pandora, and so much more. Buzzsprout has reached over millions of listeners by listening to our podcast in all these platforms. If you are still unsure about which platform to use, click the link in my description box and head over to Buzzsprout to get more information. BUZZSPROUT.com. Happy podcasting.
it's never ending.
Yeah, it's
Never
never
ending.
ending. I believe that 100% because I feel like, I mean, if you heard with your approach and your life coaching, I'm sure you've heard about healing a lot, right? So a lot of the time, our journey is our journey. We can't tell people how to help us on our journey. We have to help ourselves get where we want to get, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
every challenge is one step closer to where we want to be in life or want to get in life. Is that something you?
Yeah. And actually, that is true. But
Mm-hmm.
also, what is true is sometimes we can't help ourselves, and we need outside help. We need a life coach or a therapist or
Mm-hmm.
a friend, a mentor, God. We need somebody to help us get through that. But
Right.
you're right in that it is internal. It's in there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but sometimes we just need help bringing it out. We don't know how to help ourselves. We're too much inside our own heads. You
Right.
know what
Right. Yeah. And I agree with that 100%. I guess what I'm trying to say is that we have to be ready to
I mean?
want the help, right?
Right.
We have to be ready because nobody can force us, but
Right.
we have to be willing to want and take and accept that help.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not willing, nobody can help you. You can't help
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You have to be ready.
Yeah. So I guess another question I have will be, hmm, like, okay, so what does holistic means to you? That was one of the note I
Okay.
took that. What does that mean to you? Because I know different people have different approach to it. So what does that mean to you in your line of work?
Okay. Excellent question. So holistic really does cover a bunch of modalities, but I focus on four of them.
Okay.
Physical. Yeah, focus on physical,
Mm-hmm.
mental, emotional, and spiritual.
Okay.
Okay. So the physical is the physical body, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, what we see, how we feel. Um, and then we have like mental and emotional are kind of, there's a lot of overlap there.
Mm-hmm.
So mental is like what we think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of life coaching is about our thoughts,
Right.
because our thoughts create our feelings create our, how we approach the situation
Mm-hmm.
and affect the result that we get. So it's kind of a cycle there.
Yeah.
And then emotional is like what we're feeling. If you're not feeling good about yourself, I mean, it just sets the pattern for your
Mm-hmm.
whole day. But if you
Yeah.
feel great, and then you can have a totally separate kind of day,
Right.
right?
Right. I believe
Uh,
that.
and then spiritual is for me, God, my belief in God, or
Mm-hmm.
some people the higher source, the universe. So that's the spiritual guide. Sometimes we get intuitive hits,
Mm-hmm.
how throughout the day. Something you ever get like something telling you something like you should do something. That's
Mm-hmm.
like intuitive hit. So that's
Right.
why I combine all four. It's what I relate to the most.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like the spiritual part because, like you say, some people believe in different things. Some people believe in higher power, but whatever you believe in, just keep that as a consistency in your life, right? So I like that because I don't think I've ever heard anybody explain it like that. What holistic mean to them? Because being holistic is a lifestyle, right? So it's like a belief system, kind of like when we're going through something, right? Or when somebody decided they want to be a vegetarian, they have to see it as a lifestyle. Or when someone decided they want to be holistic, it's a lifestyle. It's not just something that you say, okay, I'm doing it physically, or it's something that you have to consistently follow through and keep up with. So I like your explanation with the 4 steps, which that really do make sense. Thank you for putting that in
Sure.
perspective for me. So, is there anything else you want to share before I go into another question? I'll just keep asking questions if you don't have anything else to say.
Um. Yeah. You can keep asking questions.
Okay, sounds good. So, so when did you start it to? When did you wanted to be? When did you realize you wanted to be a life coach?
Ah. Well, it was like it's not like I decided to be a life coach and boom, I'm a life coach.
Uh huh.
It started with me becoming a health coach.
Okay.
I had lost 60 pounds in my mid 40s, and I was shocked that I could do it because I have
Wow.
hypothyroidism,
Mm-hmm.
and so it makes it harder to lose weight. So, and I did it by not by trying to lose weight, but just
Mm-hmm.
by trying to eat healthier.
Right.
And I was just amazed because I became a nutrition educator
Mm-hmm.
for 10 years, and that's how I learned all about nutrition.
Right.
And so then from there, I went, then I got a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized, well, I should get a college education as well. So I
Okay.
got my bachelor's degree in exercise science, and then coaching people. And
Mm-hmm.
then my oldest child, Jesse, was going into life coaching, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what is that? I was
Right.
kind of curious. And when I would share with Jesse like things I was going through, like how I was
Mm-hmm.
feeling after the divorce, Jesse would say, well, Mom, how do you want to feel? And I'm like, what do you mean, how do I want to feel? This is what I'm feeling. And I was kind of stubborn about it.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, we have control over our thoughts.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. So I
Yeah.
started to look into that more. I was like, wow, just gobbling up all the
Mm-hmm.
information I could find. And I found that by combining that with my health coaching, then I became
Mm-hmm.
a wellness life coach.
Okay.
And because, like, even when you look at something like weight loss, 80% of that is really emotional, right? And
Mm-hmm.
some of it's mental, even.
Yeah.
So 20% is only the actual physical part. A lot of it is like controlling our
Mental.
thoughts, our
Mm-hmm.
thoughts about food, labeling food as bad or good, or things like that. So that's where the life coaching comes in. It was just totally life changing for me.
Okay.
And so, going through my divorce, going
Mm-hmm.
through, it's like always something in life, right? So what I realized over time was that I kept struggling. Like no
Mm-hmm.
matter I take 2 steps forward and I fall, back 2 steps forward, and it was just constant struggle with me, and I didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
So I came upon this book. I came upon the book Worthy by Jamie Kern Lima. This is the book right here.
Right. I
And
remember you
this
told
was
me
like,
about that.
yeah, have you seen that? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I read that book. I'm like, I had so many aha moments. Like all of the things I was going through in life really stemmed with my self worth. Not self confidence and not self worth.
Right.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? So the self worth is really the foundation that holds the house. So that was a real pivotal moment for me. And so I started to embrace, I started to see how worthiness affected people in life. And one of the biggest struggles behind today's mental health crisis is the lack of self worth.
Right.
And that just really blew me away. And it makes me sad that so many people struggle with that. So I'm on a mission to change that.
I love that. So what tweak, I guess, what kind of advice would you give someone who is struggling with mental health? What advice would you give somebody who's struggling with mental health, or like what big difference can what advice you give them will help in their journey? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just for the record, I'm not a mental health professional.
I know. Like a wellness, your wellness tweak, what wellness idea that can make a big difference in someone's life.
Okay. Well, it's one thing. You are worthy right now, today, just as you are. Worthiness is not something you earn. You're born with it. Right. Babies are worthy. They're born with it. They don't have to do anything to deserve feeling worthy. They already are, and so are you. So that's my word, my thing to tell everybody. You are worthy, right?
Yeah.
So, and I truly do believe that if more people felt worthy, there wouldn't be such a crisis like there is today. Right. And I don't like to blame, social media or society, but a lot of times people have this, they kind of hang their self-worth over like what other people think of them, how they're perceived by others. And like you said earlier, you stop worrying about
that. Yep.
That's the best thing you can do.
I did that for years, worrying about what other people was thinking about me.
I think we all do, right? Because when people post something, they're posting the best part about them. They're not posting the messy parts of their life. They're posting what they want you to see.
Right.
And so, we need to remember that. That we all have struggled behind closed doors. We're all going through things. And it's nice these days that we're seeing more authenticity, that people are showing the messy side of them, which I think is very healthy, because it's taken that perception away that everybody's life is perfect except yours.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy you say that, because lately, so I took a few weeks off of social media, and then when I went back, actually I just went back this week, and the stuff that I'm seeing, I feel like it's helping a lot more than what it used to. Before, I used to just like, I'll look a certain feed and I'm like, this is draining. But I see that a lot of people now are posting things. I guess a lot of people are aware that some of the stuff that they were posting was not benefiting them in any way, or other people even. So I just love seeing like more positivity and the self-awareness on social media. And I think everybody needs that. And we need to like, I believe that we as people, I think that's one of the reasons why, I do this too as well, to like share our stories, right? And be very vulnerable and be like authentic, because just because we've been through something doesn't define who we are. But sharing that allow other people to see that you're not perfect. We all go through things, and the best thing that we could do is move on, share our story, and just heal from it. So, I love seeing the stuff that I'm seeing more of now. I guess because because of what I do, um, I think just like seeing more of that, it kind of like empowers me to know that there is like things that out there that we all need to pay attention to. You know, so yeah, I'm glad you did touch base on that. Thank you for sharing that. I remember when we were having our conversation, you said something about public speaking. You said you had to learn public speaking. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm interested in public speaking,
Mm-hmm.
not because I like to speak publicly,
Uh-huh.
but because I feel passionate about spreading the word about worthiness.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I had to get over myself and not
Mm-hmm.
have that that feeling that I'm not good enough to public speak.
Right.
And the most important thing is to just get the message out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's my goal, just
Mm-hmm.
to speak and get the message out about worthiness,
Mm-hmm.
that you know, people are not alone. A lot of people are struggling with their self worth, self
Mm-hmm.
doubt, believing they're not enough.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice
Mm-hmm.
to change that. We can
Mm-hmm.
change the narrative that's going on in our heads. The words that are saying you can't do this or who do you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
We have the power to change that. And sometimes people just don't know how to change that. They need help or
Right.
guidance.
Right.
And I've been working on this on myself
Mm-hmm.
for the
Mm-hmm.
past several years,
Right.
and I'm still a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better, today
We're
than I
all
was
are.
yesterday. So that's
Right.
my goal, just to improve each today
Mm-hmm.
and help and inspire others to do the same. And
Right.
then, when I read these books up here, all these stories people have, it's like what we were
Mm-hmm.
just talking about. They're what people are going through, their
Right.
struggles,
Right.
but they persevered. They made it.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten through it, and it's just nice to hear other people's stories because
Mm-hmm.
chances are you can relate to one of them.
Right, right, absolutely. Thank you. Um, so yeah, so what advice, right, or what's one thing that you want people to take away from our conversation today?
Okay, that you have a choice. You have
Mm-hmm.
a choice about what you feel, what you watch, what you
Mm-hmm.
follow on social media. If
Mm-hmm.
there's something you don't like, you can unfollow people. You're allowed.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Don't feel bad. Oh, that person's going to be hurt. This
Mm-hmm.
is all about you. You're protecting your own mental health
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because we're all worthy,
Right.
and so we just need to do what feels right for us
Mm-hmm.
and not worry about what other people are thinking.
Yeah.
You are worthy. I just want to
Yes.
say you are
I am
worthy.
worthy. You are
Yes,
worthy. We're all
yes,
worthy because we're
yes,
already worthy and we do not need to get validation from anybody.
exactly.
Yes, I love
Exactly.
that. I love that. So, where can people find you? How can people find you? Where can they connect with you?
Okay. Well, my website, keribentsen.com.
Hmm.
Um, in fact, I'm coming out with the free Worthy course. I'm
Ooh,
almost done with it,
okay.
but people go on my website, they
Hmm.
can opt in on the form, and then I will send an email when the course is ready, and it's
Okay.
absolutely free because I just really just want people to
Feel
feel
better
better
about
about themselves.
that. Right. I love that. I love that. Um, so yeah, thank you, Carrie, so much for and okay, I just wanted to say that it's Keri Bentsen for people that are not watching this. It's
Oh, K
KERBENTSEN.com.
yes, KeriBentsen.com. Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
And
Thank you.
also, where can they find your books? All your many books that you're yeah.
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon got them. I have an
Okay.
author profile for each of them. So yeah,
And one more question. I know I was getting ready to. So what's the best advice would you give somebody who wants to write a book?
just do it.
Just
We all
do
have a
it.
story to tell, and
Mhm.
don't think to yourself, "Oh, nobody wants to hear my story," or other people have the same story.
Mhm.
Everyone's story is unique,
Mhm.
and chances are someone can relate to your story,
Mm-hmm.
and we all need to hear your story.
Yeah. And then what would the next step be after they write the story?
The next step, I say, follow your intuition,
Follow your
wherever it leads
intuition.
you. We need to listen to our inner guides
Mm-hmm.
more.
Yeah.
You know, we're so used to listening to other people. Well,
Mm-hmm.
this person says I should do this, or I
Mm-hmm.
should do that. Society says I should do this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say
Right.
on the inside? What is speaking loud to you? We
Mm-hmm.
need to just stop and listen to ourselves
Mm-hmm.
sometime.
Yes, absolutely. Yay. Thank you, Keri. Is there anything else you want to share today before we wrap up?
Um, I say just stop living in fear,
Mm-hmm.
live your dreams,
Mm-hmm.
and something that have helped me: affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
journaling, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, those things we hear over and over again, and we hear
Mm-hmm.
them because they work.
Right. They do work. They
Yes.
definitely do work. And I mean, I know people, for the people that have been following me, y'all know I'm all about affirmation. Even if you go on my pages, all I do is talk about affirmation because they make me feel better. And doing this is my therapy, just sharing my story, sharing other people's story, being able to like help people is one of the things that made me, I mean, do this. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your willingness to come on here and share with us. And I really, really, truly appreciate you. And hopefully we could, do more of this in the future. So I just want
Yeah.
to say thank you for all your help. Again, if y'all want to get in touch with Miss Keri, it's keribentsen.com. And all her books are also on Amazon. And I think if you just put her name, you'll be able to like find that
Yeah,
too.
I'm on my website as well. Yep.
Yes.
Thank you for
Okay.
that.
So
And
yes,
thanks for what
thank y'all.
you
So,
do.
huh?
Yeah, thanks for all that you do, sharing, people's stories, and that's so helpful to people to hear that.
That's
So
the
I,
goal. That's the goal. And this is what I love doing this because I feel like it encourages not only help me, but I do also encourage me to be able to share my story more. And one of the reasons why I started this podcast because I wanted my story out and I didn't know which way to go about doing so. And then this came about. So I'm just, thankful to be able to continue to do this. And I'm on season 10 right now. Thank God for that. And I'm, very grateful and thankful for all that, everybody that's been coming on to share their stories. So I just appreciate all of y'all for sharing. With that being said, if y'all have any question, comment, or concern, please email us at lovelifeafter18@gmail.com or hit us on social media at love.lifeafter. And hopefully you will be on here one day sharing your story. And I'll see you guys next time.